2, 3. Hey!
One of my first recordings was with a band called Hyptonic, spelled Hyptonic, Hyptonic. Interestingly enough, it came out at the same time that Blue Liquor Hypnotic came out, so we were like, okay. But anyway, we came out with an album called 9999. We released it on September 9th, 1999. And it was an EP. And through most of it, I sounded like Erykah Badu. Pretty sure of that. Like when I listened to it, I'm like, I was definitely imitating her just a bit too much. But at that time, that's who I was listening to, and I really loved her. And let's think about that. She came out pretty huge right around 97, 6 or 7, something like that. So it was like, you know, she was a huge influence. And then a few years later, I was like, okay, I'm doing that too much. Then I started to like reintroduce myself to Stevie Wonder, and then suddenly I'm a little Erykah and a little Stevie. And then I was like, oh, now I'm understanding what this influence thing actually is. You do sound like all those people, but you have to find a way to still find who you are, what your voice is, and then blend all of that together.
When you see me as a token, the friendship will have
The first that comes to my mind is Stevie Wonder, because you know I love his songwriting, I love his voice, I just really love his style, how much he's connected to the music. So I'd say he's the most influential to my sound. There were years when I first started singing where I don't think I connected as much to what I was singing, so I wasn't connecting to my audience. If I'm not connecting to it myself, how can I possibly deliver that message to my audience? So you have to know how to treat people like human beings. It's just all there is to it. And if you're feeling like you're being mistreated and it's directly affecting you right in front of you, because trust me, it happens, then say something, you know. And I'm saying this because I used to have a hard time doing that. I was afraid. And part of it is easier for me to do through song.
From a mess you created, from the statement that you made, I'm not
Love is a huge part of the answer, absolutely. And I think that if people approach even their protests and arguments with some love, more respect would come from it too. I think a lot of people don't come from love when they're correcting something or sharing their values and opinions on something. Sometimes they're just like, no, I'm right, and that's it. And there is no, well, I feel like I'm right, but I'll listen to you. Let's just see what you're talking about, you know, and that just doesn't happen enough. It really doesn't. It even starts off that way and then turns into something negative. I think it's really important that, I mean, sometimes you just have to protest. You just do. But there really is a such thing as doing it with respect and doing it with love and not, you know, yeah, that's basically it. It's a little bit of both. It really is. I'd get invited to a party, but nobody really actually spoke to me. Or we'd go to even in middle school, the middle school and high school dance, and there was one other black guy in my class, and they felt because he was the other black guy, we need to dance together. And they would push us together. I'll never forget that. He and I are friends on Facebook, and we still kind of go, remember that time? And it's like, yeah, I remember that. Like, we're like this on each other because it's like we weren't really digging it. Like, I thought he was a cool guy, but like, so what? You know, I'm not into this guy. People were afraid to bring me home with them because they weren't sure what their parents' reactions were going to be. Again, because I had a musical ability, a lot of people think that that's like a black thing, you know? Oh, she can do that because she's black, you know? And it's like, well, I mean, okay, but no, not really. It's just because I really like to sing, and that's just what I do. And I went to a majority white school, so I wasn't upset about that. It was, you know, it is what it is. I felt that what happened was I ended up getting used to being kind of walked all over and not really realizing that that's what I was getting. And also, to be fair, I don't think they knew they were doing it. I really don't. And that's where it comes to the whole once you realize you're being mistreated, you have to let people know, because sometimes they just really actually don't know. So part of the vibe of the song is talking about, like, I can't be the one that's always going to come and correct you when you do something wrong, and I'm not going to clean up your mess every time, and I can't be your excuse when you make your mistake and say something ridiculous or do something ridiculous. It's all right. Lydia's my friend. She's my black friend.
I just want to be your friend.
What I'm trying to teach him is you don't have to fit. Create your own little way and make people fit in that, you know. And I would have taught him that no matter what, you know, race he would have ended up being, whoever I was with. I would have been like, no, you got to make your own way. Let's you know, be, you know, unique, stand out, you know. And so I'm enjoying this because he's really actually standing out, and I'm really enjoying that. I love you guys, and I can't wait to see you soon.